I don't know if you know what today's date is, but it's February 11th. That's 211. So it's 211 day literally. And in North Carolina, 211 is here to help connect you, to help you with needs that you might have, housing, healthcare, and much more. We have two guests today, Heather Black, the director of 211, and Tracy McLemore, senior manager of the United Way of Greater Greensboro, to talk about 211 Day and really all the resources that they have at their fingertips to help you. Now you can text your questions to our experts for today at 336-379-5775. Again, this is text only, do not call, but you can text them your questions. All right, first and foremost, I would say happy birthday, but we haven't even made it a year yet for 211. For people who are kind of like, hasn't 211 been around forever? Actually, it hasn't.
Oh, yeah, no, actually, we have been around for a while. This is not our first birthday. We've been celebrating 211 Day for years. 211 has been here in North Carolina for, I guess, about 10 to 15 years, and nationally for many years as well. But I think this has been our first foray into a really large-scale statewide response here in North Carolina. So it's been an exciting year for our team at NC 211.
That's right. And the governor really put this into play to respond to a lot of COVID questions and things of that nature. And just in the last year since that has happened, because that started, what, March 18th of last year, right?
Correct.
Let's take a look at how many calls we've taken statewide.
So in the year of 2020, NC 211 handled over 206,000 calls. And that is our amazing team of 211 call specialists, all working from home. As of March 13th of 2020, we moved everybody remote to keep them safe and healthy so they'd be ready to help and take your calls. A normal year for us has been around 140,000 calls. So that tells you that's, an extra 60, almost 70,000 calls above and beyond a normal year for us. So definitely a big year, and honestly, continuing to stay at that rate. We've not seen the call volume go down. So we have stayed at that increased staffing level to make sure we're here to answer the call.
All right. And Heather's talking, of course, statewide. We're going to go to Tracy for kind of a closer look at what has happened in our area, just in Greensboro alone. I think we had something like 6,000 calls. It's okay. There you go.
Yes, we did. For the greater Greensboro area, we had approximately 6,573 calls.
All right, and tell me what some of those major calls were for. What kind of resources were people looking for?
So most people were looking for housing, rent, mortgage assistance, food, and utility assistance. Those have been the ones that have been rising to the top, especially since COVID has hit in, and that just continues to be the trend.
All right, so we're already getting a few text questions in. We'll go back and forth to some of the stats throughout the next couple of segments. But this person is asking, can you call 211 at any time of day? Heather?
Absolutely. We are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year. You will speak to a live agent who is there to help you. So please don't ever hesitate to dial 211 to speak to someone if you need information and resources.
And really, just by the numbers that we've seen over the last year, lots of people did not hesitate to call 211. And that means sometimes that folks are waiting on the line a bit.
That's correct. And we know that folks are frustrated, but please just have some grace and patience with us as well. Just as the numbers show, there is a lot of need, and there are a lot of people calling for help and information right now. We have more than doubled our staff. We are still handling 700 to 800 calls a day, and it is just a matter of doing our best to keep up with it. We had an hour a couple of weeks ago, I think when the vaccines were starting to roll out, that over 6,000 people tried to call us in 1 hour, and it's just, we will not have the capacity to answer that many calls, but we are doing our very best. Keep trying to call. I also would love to mention our website, nc211.org. Our full resource database is available online. So if you are able to search online, save yourself the frustration of trying to get through to the phone lines, and see if you can find the information you need by just going to nc211.org.
Okay, and just kind of a follow-up to what you just said about the one day when the vaccines were rolled out and you had 6,000 calls in 1 hour. This person is asking, how can you help me find locations where vaccines are being given out?
So we're actually not the number for that. There is a statewide phone number for vaccine information, and I actually have it on a sticky note on my desk. I want to make sure I give it to you correctly. It is 888-675-4600. 4567, and that is a statewide call center from Department of Health and Human Services to provide vaccine information. So that's the number to call for that. 211 is not the number to call for vaccine information.
Of course, you'll give them that phone number, but
Absolutely.
Why even take that extra step if you don't need it? We will put the vaccine number in the web story for this particular story, although I know that it's been out on our website beforehand. When it comes to COVID testing locations,
we do have information on that. There is also a link, I believe, in our e-library, which is also on nc211.org. If you go to our e-library under search resources, you can find information there about COVID testing and COVID information. I am pretty sure that the link is in there, but I will check that, and if not, we'll get that put into that article.
All right, Tracy, someone's asking me, can you help me find resources to find locations where I can pick up food donations in Greensboro?
Yes, when you call 211, they are able to direct you to food resources. Once you speak to the call specialist, they will identify where you are and where you can get to get you to the best place for you.
And there's a couple of different kinds of food donations resources.
Yes, there are pantries and there are meals served. There are places that serve meals as well. So depending on what your request is, depends on how you're then directed.
Okay, and that is for specifically Greater Greensboro when you call for that area. But Heather, you can call from anywhere in the state and find out what the resources are where you are.
Correct. NC211, we serve all 100 counties here in North Carolina, and it's because of United Way's, just like the United Way of Greater Greensboro, that we're able to do that. When you call 211, the specialist is going to ask you your zip code, and that's how we're going to make sure we find the resources in your community.
Okay.
That's usually the closest thing.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to continue to take your text questions. You can send them during the break. We'll be right back.